Another day, another comparison. Swan palette versus Leopard. I feel like this is going to be a really good comparison because they give off very similar vibes. And here are the swatches side by side. We have the Swan palette on this side and Leopard on this side. Starting off in the Swan palette, I'm going to dip into the bronzer in the shade Natural Bronze. Just in case you guys missed it, I did already do a comparison to all of the 2024 palettes. Now for the Leopard palette, for the bronzer, we have Lustrous Bronze Light. See, when I'm looking for a bronzer for my skin tone, this is more of what I'm looking for. So on this side, we have Lustrous Bronze Light, and over here we have Natural Bronze. I feel like the depth of these two is fairly comparable. It's just the tones are completely different. One is more warm and one is more neutral. Back to the Swan palette for the shade Sunset Flush. Just gonna lay this down one light layer. And then for the Leopard palette, I'm gonna put this shade up against Iridescent Rose. I'm just gonna focus this one towards the back on this side. Very natural looking radiant rose tone, whereas on this side, you're getting much more of that peachy flush. Next up for Swan, I'm gonna dip into Luminous Coral. Now just stay with me. Let me focus this back here. I wanted you to see Luminous Coral versus Iridescent Rose. Don't get me wrong, they are different, but you can kind of get a similar vibe. It's just Luminous Coral is obviously more warm. Next up for Leopard, we have the shade Ethereal Flush. This shade will probably be closer to Luminous Coral as far as depth goes, but the undertones are still really different. Next up for the Swan palette, we have Mauve Fusion. Comparing this shade to Mood Exposure just feels wrong. Then for the Leopard palette, we have the shade Mood Exposure. I'm just gonna focus this right onto the apples. This is the shade I really have to build up. And here we have Mood Exposure versus Mauve Fusion. These two shades, they belong in the same palette. Next up for the Swan palette, we have the shade Golden Hour. I was really trying not to highlight my face to the gods today, but with this shade, you really can't help it. Then for highlight in the Leopard palette, we have Celestial Strobe Light. I haven't used this one in a really long time, so I'm curious to see how it compares. So here we have Celestial Strobe Light versus Golden Hour. Celestial Strobe Light is a little bit brighter, a little bit more pink in tone, whereas Golden Hour, it's a little bit deeper and more golden in tone. Finishing off the Swan palette, for the finishing powder, we have Dim Light. Just a light dusting all over. And then for the Leopard palette, we also have Dim Light. I swear, if Leopard didn't have Dim Light, that would have been a tragedy. And here is the finished look of these two palettes side by side. I would love to know what you guys think. In my opinion, I think when you look at these palettes side by side, you might think that they're closer than they actually are. This would be the one comparison so far that I would say if you own the Leopard palette, I would still recommend the Swan because you're getting shades that are completely different aside from Dim Light. I'm looking at it this way. If I was not a content creator and just an average consumer and I wanted to expand my collection, I would absolutely consider adding in Swan. I don't know, that's just my opinion. Let me know what comparisons you want to see next.